In this video, we're checking out the brand new Treal 1-inch TrailBurner tires. We're going to open these things up, we're going to check out the compound, we're going to do some size comparisons, then I'm going to throw them on a build and we're going to see how they perform both on the indoor course and on the outdoor course. This is Treal's first foray into the 1-inch tire segment and I'm super excited to check them out. So let's open these up and take a look at them. Let's open these things up and take a look. Okay, here they are. I'm excited for these. First impressions, they look fantastic. I really like the tread design on these. They've got a really aggressive, meaty look to them. They almost remind me of a Nitto Mud Grappler style tire. They've got these kind of thick, chunky lugs, aggressive sidewall. Overall, just a really nice looking tire. They've got a great scale look to them. Compound feels great. Definitely nice and sticky. The inserts feel soft as well, not overly soft, but definitely can imagine some good conformity in these tires, but not so much that you're going to roll over on the side. If I take the insert out here, we'll check out the compound a little more. Love it. Very sticky. The compound doesn't feel as soft as some of the competitors in this size. I'm thinking the Little Guy Racing Parts gripper tires, the Endura all-terrain tires. It doesn't have that same level of softness to it, but they've got a really nice sticky feel to them. The tires do a good job of holding their shape with no insert in them, and I think it's just because of the pretty dense lugs on the top here. So the size on these, they are 62 millimeters tall, 22 millimeters wide, which I feel is a great size for the SCX24, a built SCX24, and a slightly modified TRX4M. If you throw these on a stock rig, you're likely going to get some rubbing. You'll be really close on the TRX4M. I've run 62 millimeter tires on mine without a lot of ancillary modifications, and I did get rubbing on them. But with some shock upgrades and a little bit of tuning, you can get these tires on there. They're going to give you a big step up from stock. Going to give you a great aggressive look, but not overly big as to blow out the scale look of your rig. So I feel the 62 millimeter is a great sweet spot for a tire, and I think they came in perfectly positioned with this first entry into the 1-inch tire segment from Treal. Let's take a look at some size comparisons. So we look at them against a RC four-wheel drive Scrambler. The Scrambler is narrower, slightly taller, but these are fairly comparable here. If we look at it against the Little Guy Racing Parts gripper tires, very close here. I think the gripper also has a slight edge in the height department, but it is narrower, just like the Scrambler was. At 62 by 22 millimeters, they are the same size as the Endura all-terrains that came out not too long ago. So if you look at these two tires against each other, the Endura looks slightly bigger, I feel, probably just because it has a more aggressive lug pattern here. But these are the same sized tires. Let's look at them against some stock tires. So if we look at it against a stock SCX24 Trail Grappler, you can see it's a huge step up from a stock SCX24 tire. You will definitely need some supporting modifications to run these tires on an SCX24. They are much bigger height and width wise. If we look at it against a TRX4M, this is the Canyon Trail off of the Defender. So you can see pretty significant step up height-wise, but not overly big. Like I said, I think with some very slight modifications, you should be able to run these without any rubbing issues on the TRX4M. Or the FCX24 will definitely fit perfectly on that rig. Our overall first impressions, I really like these tires and I'm super excited to try them out. So I'm going to get these mounted up and we'll see how they look on a rig and then we'll try them out. So check out the tires on Creamsicle, the TRX4M Bronco. I went back and forth on which rig to put these on. Almost put them on my C10, but I really wanted to see them on the TRX4M because I think this size is perfect for this rig. And I'm so glad that I did because I think they are a perfect fit on the TRX4M Bronco. The scale and the look of these things matches this build perfectly. These are great looking tires on here. Creamsicle, the Bronco, is running the Endura LCG chassis kit, which has a lot of options for your shock placements. It's also running the 59 millimeter shocks. So it is not a stock TRX4M. I think if it was stock, you'd probably have a little bit of rubbing issues. So I think shocks or shock keys to adjust your position is definitely going to be needed to clear these on a stock rig. But boy, do they look good on here. They would be big on an SCX24, but they would look really aggressive on a built SCX24. I'll try that in the near future, but for this video, I wanted to put them on Creamsicle so we could check it out. They mounted up super easy. These are Endura wheels, so they mounted up no problem with a different manufacturer's wheel. Really easy to work with. The nice soft compound works really well, and I really dig that the tires keep their shape extremely well, even though they're really soft compound. So just a really impressive tire thus far. I'm really excited to run it. So why don't we fire this thing up? We'll get it on the indoor course first. We'll see how it runs on styrofoam and plaster on our indoor setup, and then we'll take it out and hit the rocks with it, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts. So let's hit the course. Here we are with Creamsicle on the course. Let's see how this thing does. There is a lot of light coming off of this thing. Holy moly, I probably should have turned some of these things off, but we're gonna soldier on. Get your sunglasses when this thing's coming around. Right off the bat, I am absolutely in love with how these tires look on the build. The extra clearance is great. I was running fairly short tires on here before. It's nice to be back to the 62mm tire. If I can get out of here, I'm probably gonna be stuck right here. We'll see. To reset it there. Well, my builds have been struggling in that section hard lately. We are on the canyon here. See how these hook up on the styrofoam. One thing I'm noticing that there's not a lot of sidewall flex on these. They're a soft compound tire, but they've got really strong sidewall. Now coming across the canyon here. There we go. Just had to find the right line here. See, that sidewall holds good strength there. Extra ground clearance, it will get me up and over that log there. Sidewall strength. Coming over here into Mini Moab, I'm not sure how Creamsicle is going to do, but we'll give it a shot anyway and see how these things do in the styrofoam on this side. Kind of makes me wish I'd put these on a different build so we could showcase how they really performed, because I think they're going to be limited by the rig here. Quick pivot, put the tires and wheels on Snaggletooth here because I wasn't going to be able to get you a fair shake on these tires due to the overall poor performance of Creamsicle on the course. So here we are on Snaggletooth, which actually looks pretty epic with the white wheels, I gotta say. Comment down below, what do you think of Snaggletooth with the white on it? But let's see how these things do on Snaggle and give you a fair rundown on the course here. So it still looks like they struggle a little bit on the styrofoam. Having a little bit of trouble on the canyon here, gripping on this slick surface. There we go, got it stick. Let's come down into Mini Moab. We'll see how they do on the spray foam installation over here. understeering quite a bit over here. See if they'll stick. Yeah, we got it to stick there. That's good. All right, not bad. All right, those are some good lines on the indoor course. Now let's get this thing outdoors and see how it does on the real rocks. All right, Snaggletooth out here on the rocks with the new Treal tires. Let's check these things out. Good grip on the rocks. I think that nice flat profile of the tires, it's going to work really good out here. Watch out for the bird poop. Trail hazards. They stick really well. These are definitely better performers on the rocks in real world conditions than on the styrofoam in the indoor course. They're sticking really good out on these rocks. This is probably their ideal terrain. Looking at these tires in action, I almost wish they were a little softer. I think the compound and they aren't grabbing or conforming as much as I was hoping. There we go. Boy, they stick good on those kind of flat, smooth surfaces. Really nice grip there. Nice. Try a couple more lines here. I like the sidewall support out here as well. They definitely grip really well, really supportive tire. Overall, pretty happy with them. I do think they could benefit. Nice, that was awesome. I do think they could benefit from a softer insert, but right out of the bag performance I think is pretty impressive. They're working really well out on the outdoor course here, so I'm really happy with the performance in this dry, rocky situation here. Boy, whatever I did to my shock setup to fit these tires underneath Creamsicle completely ruined my chassis setup. Thankfully, we were able to pivot, put them on Snaggletooth so I could get you guys some good run footage. But let's talk about these tires. I think this is an excellent first offering from Treal in the 1-inch tire segment. They've got a great size and great appearance. The 62 millimeter size I think is a great sweet spot. It's going to hit a variety of different scales. Aside from the great scale look that these things offer, I was impressed with the sidewall support. Despite being a soft compound, nice and sticky, they really held their shape and kept a good strong sidewall for good side hilling support, especially out on the rocks. I do feel like that strength comes at a cost though, as I would have liked to have seen more conformity in the tires. I think they could benefit from a softer insert or something like a Flub RC slime ball insert. So I'm anxious to get a little more time on these and put a different insert in them and see what I can get out of them for performance. But overall, I think this is a great offering from Treal. If you're looking for a real hardcore performance tire for a comp crawler or something like that, you might be a little disappointed. But if you're looking for a more aggressive tire than stock, you want to step up in size and capability, but you don't want to do a whole lot of supporting modifications, I think this is a great tire and it's going to benefit a lot of people's builds. Hopefully we'll see some follow-up tires from Treal. Maybe we'll see a more performance-focused or a smaller, even more scale tire. I don't know, but they're definitely off to the right foot with these tires. I'll put the link in the description down below for the TrailBurners if you want to check them out. These are competitively priced at $17. And let me know your thoughts below in the comments. What do you think of these tires? Have you tried them out? Are you going to? And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I will see you in the next video.